explaining to you, I had explained to you about making the mind map of different factors which influence the consumer's behavior. And yesterday we discussed all these pointers. What were the different factors which affects the consumer behaviors? All right. So similarly, I hope you all have done with the mind map. Next question is, explain how you can find out the consumer surplus with the help of an example. In this, I told you to first give the meaning of consumer for surplus and take one example. As yesterday, who was it? I think it was Saad who gave the example that I wanted to buy a shoe where my budget was 500. The shoe he got was somewhere around 400, and he got consumer surplus of 100 rupees. All right. This was the one last question was remaining yesterday. I'll complete this and then we will do the revision. We'll start with the revision. What factors would a person consider while purchasing each of the following? Okay. While purchasing a diamond necklace, what factors do you think the person is going to consider?
Ma'am, it is not much important because it is a luxury good.
Okay, first of all, it is a
Ma'am,
luxury.
he'll consider whether he should really buy it or not, because it will be a
Right.
lot more costlier.
Right,
Yes,
very
ma'am.
good.
Ma'am, it will be a waste of money.
Very
He
good.
will see, ma'am, that if it is needed or not, and if it is not needed, he can.
You will skip buying. Very
Yes,
good.
Ma'am,
ma'am, he
if
will
it
skip.
fits in his budget, then he can buy it.
Okay, he will see the budget, he will see the need, he will see the necessity. Okay, 3 pointers you all gave me. Very good. Okay, what else? What else do you think he will consider while buying a diamond necklace? What do you think?
Ma'am, the type of good.
Quality means brand also.
Yes,
Yes?
ma'am, because
Very
it
good.
has,
Yes, ma'am.
it is a lot more costlier, and if it does not have good quality,
if it is a
then
real diamond or a fake diamond.
Yes, okay. You will see if it is a real diamond or a fake, or if it is a real gold or a fake gold, or it will, you will also see whether, you know, it is a branded one or not, because it's too expensive, as Samriddhi said. So you'll consider a lot of things while before buying this. What else do you think you can do while buying a diamond necklace? Any other pointers?
The type of good. And the type of good.
The type of good means the brand, right? The
Yes,
brand? Okay. All right. So,
ma'am,
I
it's
hope you all are-
utility and durability.
yes, you will see. That's what I told you. You'll see the utility, you'll see the durability also. So you know that you'll consider these factors. Now, I hope you all are writing down whatever we are discussing in class. All right. Please write down the pointers, write down the answers, whatever we are discussing, so that you can club or what each and every one of you are sharing in class and write down in your notebooks. Shall I go on to the next question? I hope everybody's written down the pointers. Okay.
Yes,
Leafy vegetable. What things you will consider while buying the leafy?
and quality.
Sorry?
Ma'am, the quality. Quality.
Ma'am, and it is necessary to eat leafy vegetables.
One minute. One student at one time, so that I understand what you are giving.
Is a
Can
budget.
you raise your hands to give the answer? Raise your hands so that I understand who wants. Okay, yes, Shlok, give the answer.
Yes, ma'am. For leafy vegetables, ma'am, ma'am, it is a necessity, ma'am. So if it price is a little higher, ma'am, we can buy it.
Even if the price is higher, it is not going to affect your buying. You will have to buy, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it is a necessity. Very good. First answer is necessity. The price increase is not going to affect the buying, because it is a basic need. The person has to buy even if there's an increase in price. Okay. Second is Sujal. What is your point? No. Okay. Tashif.
Ma'am, utility, if there is, ma'am, leaf vegetables at home and means there are much leafy vegetables and not needed for, so utility is one.
No, that is necessity. It is as he told. So,
Ma'am, the quality of the yes, ma'am, quality, ma'am.
Yeah,
Quality
quality.
and
Who just told quality just now?
Ma'am, Sujal. Ma'am, but
Sujal, you
first
are
I
raising
told.
your hand. When I gave you a chance, you lowered your hand. And then you can see most of the students are raising their hands. Sujal? Okay, Tashif, you can lower your hands. Yes, Siddhi, what do you want to say?
Ma'am, are the leafy vegetables are fresh or not? Because some people says that it should be fresh or how it
Okay,
is.
okay. You will see if it is, fresh or not. Because this leafy vegetable is not, it is a perishable good, right?
Yes.
It is
Yes,
not
ma'am.
going
So
to
we
last
will.
for a longer time. So you will see whether the food is fresh or not. Otherwise, if you buy the one which is already, at a verge of perishing, you will not buy that. Very good. Yashika, what answer you have?
Ma'am, actually, if the prices are higher and that's perishable and it's not good, means the product which I'm purchasing is not fresh, then I will not buy it.
Okay.
But
So those
that's
are the
necessary.
factors.
Yes.
Okay, okay, good, good, good. Those are the factors. So I think it's the same pointers which you all are giving again and again. If it's the same, you all can lower your hand. If there's
Ma'am,
something
I have
else,
one different pointer.
different one, then you all can keep your hands, raise your hands. Yes, Samriddhi.
Ma'am, this Tashif wanted to explain, but he couldn't.
Samriddhi, what is your point?
Ma'am, my point is that, ma'am, if we already have leafy vegetables at home, then we will not consider buying it. Because if we have already a lot of vegetables, then why would we
Okay,
buy them?
okay,
Thank you,
fine,
Samriddhi.
fine. Yes, Sad.
And if there is a scarcity of that product, then ma'am, we will buy more of that product and store it.
But you cannot buy more because this is considered in perishable goods. So you cannot buy even if there's a scarcity. You can't buy more because it's going to be perish. Even if you buy in a larger quantity, it is not a durable product.
And
You
we can
can
store
buy.
it in a fridge.
Sorry.
And we can store it in a fridge.
No, large quantity you cannot. Large quantity you cannot store in fridge, right? Larger quantity if you are buying at a very as we had discussed for durable goods, right? Where they have go downs, where they buy in a larger quantity, that you cannot happen. But yes, scarcity you can buy little more. That's true. Okay, good, good. Next is air conditioner.
Ma'am, may
Ma'am, it is a
First,
comfort, ma'am, so we can think about buying it later.
okay, it is a comfort. If
Ma'am.
it is not fitting into your budget, you can always skip the buying and you can always think that okay, I'll buy later on because that is just for your comfort. All right. Yes, Tashif.
Ma'am, durability, brand, and ma'am, utility.
Okay, very good. You will see the durability. You'll see the brand first whenever you're buying the air conditioner.
And ma'am, quality.
Okay, brand is the same. Brand is the same. Quality brand. Okay.
Okay.
If you're buying a branded thing, definitely you'll get a good quality, right? Isn't it, Tasha? And you will
Yes,
see
ma'am.
whether it is actually necessary. Otherwise, you can always skip the buying. Yes, Samriddhi.
Ma'am, the price.
Hmm?
Ma'am, I think so. This
Price.
point was told.
Yes, it was told. The price. Okay, you will always see the price of the product because as the I think Sujal only told this point. Atharva, you have a different point?
No,
All
ma'am, I
right.
had the same.
Same pointers. Okay. Fine. Yes, let's stop here.
Physical activity that individuals engage in when evaluating, acquiring, using, or disposing of goods and services. There are 8 features of consumer behavior that are systematic process, influenced by various factors, different to different customers, different for different products, varies across regions, vital to marketers, reflects customer status and improves standard of living.
Increase your volume.
Buying decision of customers is a systematic process. It starts with identification of need.
Ma'am, it is low.
Yeah, increase your
Sad, look
volume.
Yeah.
there. Sad, look there. There is a blue arrow.
Bottom
There.
left.
Ma'am, Gauri
The
is
speaker.
raising her hand.
Brands. Alternatives are evaluated to make a purchase decision which is followed by post-purchase evaluation. Consumer behavior is influenced by various factors such as marketing factors, psychological factors like buying motives and attitudes, personal factors like age, gender, and education, and social factors like social status and reference groups. The next feature is different to different customers. All customers behave differently. Differences in consumer behavior are caused by individual factors such as a customer's nature, lifestyle, and culture. It is also different for different products. Consumers behave differently for different products. Some consumers may buy a large quantity of some items and small quantity of other items. Consumer behavior varies across regions, states, and countries. Urban customers might behave differently from rural customers. It is vital to marketers. Marketers must understand consumer behavior well to take appropriate marketing decisions. It reflects customer status. Consumers who own luxury goods are considered to have higher social status. And lastly, consumers' buying behavior determines their standard of living. The more goods and services a customer buys, the higher is his or her standard of living. Now let's move on to the factors influencing consumer behavior. The first is marketing factors. The four marketing mix variables, namely product, price, place, and promotion, greatly influence consumer buying behavior. Product includes product features, package, etc. The price influences the buying decision. Place includes the location where a product is available, types of channels, and area of coverage. And promotion includes sales promotion, publicity, etc. The next is personal factors such as age, gender, education, income level, and societal status, which influence consumer behavior towards a product. Psychological factors. Consumer buying behavior is influenced by various psychological factors. Learning occurs through information and experience. Satisfied customers may repurchase and be loyal to a brand. Attitude. Consumers develop positive or negative attitudes towards a product, which may affect their buying behavior. Motive drives a customer to make a purchase. A marketer must identify a customer's buying motives and induce a positive response. Motives include price and possession, love and affection, and comfort and convenience. And lastly, perception, which is the impression of a consumer forms towards a product. The next factor is situational influences. Physical surroundings include the store location, decor, layout, etc. influence the buying behavior. Social surroundings refer to the people who are involved with the customer while making a purchase. Time factor is important as customers may make different decisions depending on different times. And momentary conditions, that is, the buying customer's mood and condition at the time of purchase affects his buying decision. Social factors include reference group, which is a small group of people such as a workplace colleagues, club members, and friend circle. Family, members such as parents influence children's buying decision on various products. And the role and status. For instance, a person with a higher designation enjoys higher status. People may purchase products, especially branded ones, that conform to their roles and status. Cultural factors include race, religion, tradition, and values. Religion plays an important role for some products. For instance, alcohol consumption and tobacco products are not allowed in some religions. Subcultures includes castes, religious sects, geographic regions, and languages. People from different subcultures may show different
surplus. We'll learn what it means, how we can demonstrate it in simple maths, and finally what it looks like on a graph. In future videos, we'll have to remember this concept as we manipulate supply and demand diagrams, but for now, we will focus on the basics. Consumer surplus is the difference between what a consumer is willing to pay for a good or service and what they actually pay for a good or service. Now, you probably encountered this in your own life when shopping for clothes. Perhaps you picked up an item that you thought was full price, and when you went to check out, the price was discounted. The price you were willing to pay and what you actually paid are different, leading to a consumer surplus for you consisting of the difference. In this table, we will be looking at three fictional consumers, A, B, and C, and the price they are willing to pay for a good, the price they actually paid, and their individual consumer surplus. Finally, we will total the market consumer surplus, which is the sum of all individual consumer surpluses. So you'll see consumer A is willing to pay $5 and only pays $2. Therefore, they enjoy a surplus of $3. Consumer B is willing to pay $4 and only pays $2 and enjoys a surplus of $2. Finally, consumer C is willing to pay $3 and only pays $2, so they will enjoy a surplus of $1. The total consumer surplus would be the sum of these three, which will be $6 in total. Now I want to recap quickly market equilibrium graph, so just bear with me for a moment. So when laying out our diagram, it is important to note that price is on the y-axis and quantity is on the x-axis. The demand curve is downward sloping due to consumer behavior, and the law of demand states that as price falls for a good, quantity demanded will increase. We label it D. The supply curve is upward sloping due to seller behavior, and the law of supply states that as price rises for a good, quantity supplied will increase. The label for this line is S. Market equilibrium occurs where supply and demand intersect. This is where the market clears. Hypothetically, this is a point of maximum efficiency where producer and consumer welfare is maximized. And now we're going to take a look at how you measure that consumer welfare. We've got an idea from our previous slide, but let's step in a bit further. Now imagine that there are 12 customers for this product. Here's how the consumer surplus would look like on the graph. The first customer is willing to pay a high price for this good because they really desire it. So although P star is a market price, they're willing to pay a much higher price. The second customer is willing to pay a higher price, but a little less than the first. And this trend will continue for the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, all the way to the 11th customer. Eventually, the individual consumer surplus will equal 0 at the market equilibrium price. The 12th customer purchasing the Q star unit will only be willing to pay P star for it. Therefore, there is no surplus for this customer, and at this point, we say consumer welfare is maximized. Now, when drawing or manipulating this diagram, I always insist students follow this approach. Label all your points with letters so you can easily reference the shape. The entire area under the demand curve and above the market price is our consumer surplus. In this case, the surplus is P star E P1. And in a future video, we will manipulate market equilibrium and see how consumer surplus changes. For now, be able to draw it as such and be comfortable with the concept. So just as a reminder, this is our consumer surplus, and I label it P star E P1. I don't refer to it as the shaded area. I'm only doing that to highlight this for you, for your purpose. And one thing I would like for you to mention, for you to remember, in your exam, use letters to demonstrate the area of consumer surplus. Shading can lead to confusion for both you and the examiner. And this strategy will make more sense when we take a look at manipulating consumer surplus. But for now, practice drawing this over and over, and it will start to stick.
Wait,
I'll
just
include a link
pause.
for the PDF version.
Just pause. All right.